Mardy, it was a strange match. 2 big servers indoors, 9 breaks of serve. I mean, can you explain it?
I can explain my side a little bit, probably. No, yeah, I mean, we both serve well. We both handle our serve games very well. So yeah, that was a little weird. Obviously, starting out the match with 3 breaks of serve in a row, that didn't happen the first time we played, and probably won't happen again since we play. So that was an interesting match in that aspect, but. You know, the score line was relatively what it should have been. You know, as far as how I played, how I felt, and how he played, and I'm sure how he felt.
I mean, the early part of the year, you were winning first sets like that. They've got away of late.
Yeah.
What's gone missing?
A lot. I mean, just in the past month or so. What happens when you have injuries is you lose a little bit of confidence. You lose a little bit of confidence in your shot selection. You lose confidence but just because you can't practice as much or play as many matches and have that type of feeling that you normally do. I felt a lot different today than I did, say, at the U.S. Open when we played. I mean, that was as good as I was going to feel physically and mentally and confidence-wise, and it just plays when you can't prepare the way you want to. It's hard, and I've been dealing with a couple things for the past 25 days or so that just don't allow you to do the things you want to do. I mean, I wasn't allowed to practice. I wasn't able to practice more than an hour since Paris on the court in a row. And then, you know, I go out and play a match 2 days ago with Rafa, and you can imagine how I felt the next morning. You know, he puts it on you physically anyways. So, I mean, I didn't feel great. You know, so it's hard. It's disappointing because, you know, this is such a great event. You work so hard to get here, you know, for 10 and a half months, and, you know, I get all the way here and I can't, you know, I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do before and prepare the way that I have prepared basically for every tournament almost up until this one. And, you know, it can be argued this is one of the biggest ones. So that it's very disappointing.
Mardy, you had a fairly long exchange with the umpire at one stage. Was that all just part of the general frustration you were feeling today? Was there anything sort of specific that set that off?
No, anything specific. Carlos has been in the chair for a lot of my matches, so he's seen good sides and bad sides of me. That was probably a good side, though. That was a friendly exchange. I told him that I loved him. If you go back to the tape.
Just looking ahead now, I mean, you've got one match left. Presume you physically be okay to play that one. How would you approach that one against Roger? Is it just go out there and have a bit of fun, in a sense, or?
It's hard to do. That's really hard to do, to be honest. To just say, you know, just enjoy the experience and go out there and you got nothing to lose and go for it all. And it's really not how it works. You know, it's you have a respect level for yourself to say, you know, I care a lot about this. You know, I care that I want to win more than just saying, yeah, let's just go out there and swing from the hip and see what happens. You know, I feel like I can win. I feel like I could win I felt like I could win both the matches that I've already played, and I didn't. You know, so we'll see how I turn up tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to pry me off the court to not be able to, you know, compete in an event like this, and I worked very hard. I worked very hard this past year and these past 2 years, and made a lot of sacrifices, and these are the rewards is playing in an event like this, and that's why I say it's just very, very disappointing. You know, to not be able to play at the level that I would like to play at.
Mardy, you mentioned being out of the rhythm with all the injuries that you've had lately. Having said that, when you look back the last couple of matches, do you feel that, 1-1, maybe even 2-0 if you would have won the first set today?
That's hard to say today. I mean, he won 6 games in a row after, I broke him the first game in the second. I mean, you lose that set and you break him and you hold there, and all of a sudden you can turn the momentum a little bit. So, but it's hard to say if I would have won the breaker, I would have won the match. I mean, that certainly could have won the breaker 2 days ago, and then obviously would have won the match. I was extremely pleased with, the way that match went. Just, anytime you can take someone like him to a third set breaker in an event like this, and obviously these guys want to win, want to do well. Everybody does, and so I wasn't, obviously I was bummed out that I had lost, but pretty pleased with, the way that my body held up there in that match. And so, yeah, I mean, I certainly feel like I could be 1-1 without a doubt. And today's a winnable match for me. Joe has got a lot of confidence. He's a great player. I enjoy playing against him just because I like his style, the way he, the way he goes about points, and the way that he plays, and there's no nonsense about anything, and he's a fun player to play.
Mardy, you talked respectfully about this tournament. It's got another 2 years here in London. Who knows after that? There is at least one American venue being talked about. I mean, how important would it be, do you think, for boosting tennis in America, for this event to go back to America for a few years?
I don't know. That's probably a good question. I think it's in a really good place right now. There has been an American in this event past 25 years, but the past 10 years or so, there's usually only been one, and the others have been European. I think it's nice that they have the British have a player in this event. The rest of the players are European, except for me. So they love tennis here. I love playing in this country because they know so much about tennis. They're very respectful. Obviously, 2 nights ago, I'm assuming that that Rafa's their guy, but you don't really feel that. They're very respectful, and you enjoy playing in that atmosphere. So I think it's in a pretty good spot right now.